Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Small Town Murder Express.
Yay and choo-choo!
Yay, indeed, Jimmy. Yay, indeed. My name is James Petrogallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmy Wissman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us today on another wild, crazy West Virginia edition of Small Town Murder Express. And this is back in the hollers and places you've never heard of any of these places. This is exactly what you'd expect from this. It's crazy stuff. We'll get into all that and more. First of all, though, head over to shutupandgivememurder.com. Get your tickets for live shows. They are available right now. Get them while they're hot. September 18th, Milwaukee at the Pabst. We have released more tickets. There are more tickets left now.
Wow.
I think we released the last 50 that we had, like, as they keep for holds for us. So we said, sell them. Let's go. So there's another 50 tickets if you've been wanting to go there. It's been sold out. So there's your opportunity. Milwaukee or Minneapolis the next night, September 19th at the State Theater. Then Dallas on October 3rd.
Yeah.
And then October 16th and 17th is San Jose and Sacramento. And then Terrytown and Boston on the 13th and 14th. And Terrytown's almost sold out. That is just about sold out. Yeah. So I think it's 95% sold or something. So get your tickets for that right now if you'd like to go to that. Shutupandgivememurder.com. Also, check out Crime and Sports, which we think you'll love. It's just a crazy, you don't have to like sports. It's just a crazy story every time. And then also, of course, Your Stupid Opinions, where you can find out why you don't want to go to strip clubs in Columbus, Ohio. So do that as well.
Matters.
It really does. Well, not really to us, but to others, possibly.
To that show, it does.
For that show, it matters a lot. Patreon. Get yourself Patreon if you want more stuff. Patreon.com/CrimeInSports, just like the name of that other show there. What that is, all you need is $5 a month or above, and you get every damn thing we put out. Everything. First of all, you're going to subscribe and immediately get almost 400 back bonus episodes, just like that. To binge on, and then after that, every other week you get 2 new ones, 1 Crime and Sports, 1 Small Town Murder, and you get every damn last drop of it. So this week, what you're going to get for Crime and Sports, we're going to talk about the worst stadiums of all time.
Fine.
Again, don't have to be a sports fan. Everybody's been to a stadium and went, this place is kind of a shithole. Why do we pay so much to get in here? Then for Small Town Murder, Donner Party. It's time. Let's everybody put on your bibs and get your knife and fork and salt and pepper ready, because it's time to... you're going to need extra
salt. If you get
salt.
the wrong bib.
Oh, boy. That's rough.
Cold.
So patreon.com/CrimeInSports. Now, on top of that, you'd say, well, that's plenty for $5. Not for you guys. No. For you, it's not enough. We also give you all our shows, Crime and Sports, Your Stupid Opinions, and Small Town Murder, both episodes, all ad-free with your Patreon. Ad-free, and you get a shout-out at the end of the regular show. So you can't beat it. That said, I think it's time, everybody, to sit back. What do you say here? Clear the lungs, arms to the sky. Let's all shout. Shut up and give me murder. Let's do this, everybody.
Okay.
Let's go on a trip, shall we?
Yeah.
We are going to West Virginia. Oh, baby. We're going to Victor, West Virginia, which
Take us home, James.
assure you you've never heard of. I don't even think John Denver knew about this fucking place.
No.
It is back there. He'd have been like, yeah, country roads are one thing, but when you get back in the hollers, it gets kind of hairy. So I don't,
Those are bumpy.
I like country roads that connect to another road, not just die in a mountain somewhere. So no, Victor, West Virginia. It's kind of south central kind of West Virginia, just in the middle of nowhere. It's about 2 hours and 20 minutes to Morgantown, West Virginia, north. About 4 hours to Lexington, the other direction, to Kentucky. Then about 40 minutes to Nettie, West Virginia, which is our last West Virginia episode 685, The Secrets of Murder Pond, which I remember. That's West Virginia never lets us down.
No.
This is in Fayette County, area codes 304 and 681, which is strange because it's a very small place. The population here, now this isn't in the town proper. The town proper is nowhere near this many people. This is the entire zip code, which is all I could find stats for. Zip code 25938 has 1,328 people in it.
Wow.
Very small. Median household income here, well below the national average, 41,319. Not great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Median home cost here also much lower than the national average, $181,600.
Okay. Well,
So it's like you live in 2003, essentially, if you
it's
live
still
there.
not good.
No, it's not great. A little bit of history here. Now, because these places, you're like, how the hell did people decide to live in the middle of nowhere? Apparently, the Chesapeake and Ohio Railroad came through the gorge in 1873 and unlocked the New River coal field. So that's why. Now, Fayette was briefly, this county became West Virginia's leading coal-producing county.
Okay.
In a state where that's literally all they have there.
All they do, yeah.
So, they had a huge disaster there between 1930 and 1935. It's called the Hawk's Nest Tunnel Disaster. Weird. Okay. Apparently, this is Union Carbide drove a 3-mile diversion tunnel through high silica sandstone for a hydroelectric project feeding a metals plant. Okay. Yeah. Now, workers, most of them were recently arrived black workers from the South that came up for this particular job, hired during the Depression, too. So, I mean, during the Depression, you'll do anything and go anywhere for any work. They had them drill and blast. There was no respiratory protection despite silica being the thing you're drilling through. So acute silicosis killed hundreds very quickly.
Silicosis?
Silicosis. I read big articles in the newspaper about this and what happened like years later. Estimates range from 476 to 764 deaths based on this.
Who
silicosis.
even heard of silicosis?
Who heard of inhaling that much silica? You know what I mean? Wouldn't even think that was a thing that could happen. Why would you do that?
Wow.
Bodies were basically buried hastily or just shipped away. The company minimized it. You know, what all the companies did back then.
What the fuck happens when you get silicosis?
Apparently you drop dead pretty quick. I don't know.
I mean, that's the shit that sucks moisture out of your shoes when you have a
So imagine that in your lungs. Yeah.
Oh,
the thing that says do not eat all over it.
Right.
Imagine it doesn't say anything about crushing it up and blowing a line of it, though, right? I don't think that'd be good for you.
Probably not.
I think so. They also called it tunnelitis, this whole thing.
Say again? They call it what?
Tunnelitis was what they called
both
everything.
Are gross. Yeah.
Gross. Things to do.
Yeah.
Bridge Day.
Oh, yeah.
It's Bridge Day, everybody.
Fuck that day.
Yeah. The New River Gorge Bridge is easily accessible from major interstates. This is how they advertise to come here. It's within a day's drive for 2/3 of the American population. Basically, if you live east of the Mississippi, it's within a day's drive, so you should come here. Even go spend 20 hours in a car to come to Bridge Day. There's some races, shuttles, into the gorge, bus rides. Nothing is going on until 3 o'clock when there's a Bridge Day chili cook-off.
Fucking A.
Okay, in downtown Fayetteville, sorry. Then Bridge Day ends at 3 o'clock and then at 5 o'clock, Route 19 reopens.
Oh,
They got to close the whole road. You can't get through the bridge for this. Now, their rules are no dogs, no coolers, no folding chairs, no bicycles, skates, skateboards, wagons, weapons, fireworks, illegal drugs, or alcoholic beverages. No booze at Bridge Day.
There will be no fun here.
There's also the Appalachian String Band Music Festival.
Just string banding it up and happy there's a bridge. It's because it got you somewhere, right? That's what the celebration of the bridge is.
I suppose.
They're so frightening.
You could take things of commerce. I don't know. Yeah, you hate bridges, I know.
Oh, man.
The String Band Music Festival, 5-day mountaintop gathering of musicians and friends with contests, concerts, workshops, square dances, and camping.
Yeah, my favorite.
Wow. They attract presented an audience of more than 3,000 musicians and string band lovers of all ages. We have banjo contests of different ages. There's the youth old-time banjo contest, the senior old-time banjo contest, which I feel like they would have an obvious advantage in.
Ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Then there's an open old-time banjo contest. Then there's a fiddle contest. They differentiate between banjos and fiddles, which I know they're different things. One's got a bow and one doesn't, but still, that's just funny.
One's listenable, the other's not, James.
The other is horrifying. The other is something that Steve Martin has chose to take his career in a direction of for some reason.
Fuck, Steve.
There's also gentle yoga, which is you don't expect that at a mountaintop string band festival.
Is there aggressive yoga?
I think so. They're like, come on, let's go. Bend, you fucking pussies. Get your pussy over your head, bitch. Let's go. It's aggressive yoga. Okay, sorry.
You aggressive slurs.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a flatfoot dance workshop, a lumberjacks jam with Bruce Ziff.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Your guess is as good as mine. Fiddle finals, and then square dance with callers L. Kelly and H. Johnson. They got to tell you how to dance because you don't know how.
Is that as big of a deal as like an auctioneer? Is it? I think much talent. Yeah.
I don't think you have to talk as fast, but you have to have a dance. You can make people do any old dumb shit though, which is the fun part. You have total control over them. That would be fun.
The best square dance caller is the guy that can occupy the entire time, like an auctioneer, right?
I would assume so. And then finally, the concert From China to Appalachia.
Uh-huh.
That's the concert.
That's it?
It's China to Appalachia. I don't know anything about it or why it's there or what the fuck's going on, but
I doubt they have anybody from China there.
There's also the square dance that they have the one after that. Juanita Fireball and the Clifftop Drifters are going to be the band that you're dancing to. That said, let's talk about some murder. What do you say here? Let's get in.
This place has nothing happening.
I think we've set the scene, right? You know where we're at.
This is sad.
Wow. Okay, let's go to Sunday night, November 6th, 2016. So only 10 years ago. Yeah. Pretty new here. Now, Willis Branch Road, okay? Mm-hmm. This runs off into the hills near Victor. Victor's here. And then it has a road that goes out. That's Willis Branch that goes up into the holler here. Uh-huh. And then and that's a small road. And then there are several even tinier roads that kind of go out into the holler too that are even more backwoods. Like this is a wild place. This is it's the middle of nowhere. Yeah. So this goes off into the hills here. This is kind of a narrow hollow. Everybody knows everybody in this type of place. I mean, this is... Imagine a street where there's no other streets. It's just you. Yeah. So they all know each other. This is like Groundhog for breakfast in the same kind of area here. This night on November 6th, 2016, on the Sunday night, a house is on fire up the holler here on Willis Branch Road. Fire crews come, takes a minute to get out here.
A little bit, yeah.
Takes a minute for it to be reported too. So fire crews come down, they get the flames down, they, get it all out, and they come inside and they find two bodies in the wreckage. Uh-huh. Obviously, you're hoping it's an unoccupied structure, but they find the bodies of a man and a woman, both adults here. And so they're like, holy shit, this is terrible. They might probably...
Awful. Yeah.
They might have been sleeping. It's just,
Smoke inhalation and then you burned
them up. Yeah, and it happens. It's an old these are not up to code.
Yeah.
These are holler houses up in the middle of nowhere. So, I mean, these are a lot of older houses, and this is a particularly older house, electrical in not November, up to snuff.
A good November. Fire, a good warming fire will get your house on fire.
On a cold night, could have a space heater going. Who knows? You know what I mean? So, anyway, a Corporal J.S. Signer investigated this structure. The address, I guess I can give it now because no one's driving up here. 2730 Willis Branch Road is the address of the fire here. And if you look up, just do a Google search, you will see, it'll give you a general, here's the road, and you'll see how in the middle of nowhere it is. So they find this man and this woman that are, at this point, it's just skeletal remains. They have been... Yeah. I mean, the fire has taken them. The flesh has been burned.
It was a rager of a fire.
Absolutely. And so they figure out these skeletal remains based on process of elimination of who lives there, and that is a man and a woman, so it makes sense. So we figure out who it is, and it is a boyfriend-girlfriend couple. Stephen Lee Skaggs. Yeah. Skaggs,
related
Boggs.
To Boggs, I'm sure.
Absolutely, yeah. They do a duet of Lido together. It's fucking excellent. Should see it. They do it at the string band festival. Lido. Yeah, it's whoa. I don't know how much of that I can sing without getting copyrighted, but that's fine. It's a terrible song anyway. That would be the shame. To get something pulled down for singing something so awful would be terrible. At least if we were singing something cool, it'd be like, come on, we're complimenting it. But this is like, you got taken down for singing Lido? Why would you do that?
You got copyrighted for something awful. God damn.
For Lido? You couldn't not sing Lido, you idiots? What is wrong with you? Jesus. So Stephen Lee Skaggs, he's born August 26th, 1986. Mm-hmm. So he's 30 at this point. Yeah, young guy. He's born from Beckley, West Virginia, which we've just covered before. His parents are Stephen and Carrie. Now, his parents got divorced at some point, and he grew up with a stepdad as well. Right. He has brothers. Okay, now Stephen is named after his father, not first and middle, just first. So that's Stephen. The other two brothers are named Sawyer and D'Angelo, which is strange for a very white family in the middle of nowhere. It makes no sense.
Big fans, James. Big fans.
D'Angelo. Yeah, I'm like, what the hell? This is strange.
D'Angelo Skaggs.
Skaggs. D'Angelo, which sounds like a defensive lineman. Yeah. Like, holy shit, the Broncos drafted D'Angelo Skaggs. He's going to fucking be after quarterbacks this year.
I wonder if that's D'Angelo's last name, though.
It is. He's
the real guy.
Oh, yeah, I think it is, Skaggs. Yeah, he's also related to Boz. Yeah. You wouldn't think by looking at them, but really it is. D'Angelo actually wrote Lido as a very small child. So now Stephen was into wood stuff. Yeah. Four-wheelers and camping and hunting and outdoor shit. That's why he lives up a holler in the middle of the woods. He goes to the Baptist church locally. For a job, by the way, up here, there's not a lot of corporate white-collar work up here. No. He's a logger, which is...
Yeah, in 2016.
Yeah, dude, that's wow. First of all, you go, holy shit, we still have people taking logs down by hand? Yes. And second... It's fucking dangerous. That is a dangerous job. I mean, everything in West Virginia job-wise will kill you. I mean, it's just the way it is. Yeah. But that's particularly dangerous.
Yeah, there's reasons that we have entire groups of people that are built on just making sure you don't kill yourself at work.
Yeah. Well, that's what they're there for. Because a lot of people got killed at work.
Yeah.
That's the reason why they exist.
Because way too many got killed at work.
Yeah. You want to, without that, they tell you to go into a fucking a hole in a mountain and don't tell you it's all silica. That's what happens. So 2003, Stephen's dad dies.
Oh, no.
So, a little bit after that, his mother lives down in Atlanta with his stepfather, and Wilbert is his stepfather, by the way.
With a T.
Wilbert. Yeah, not Wilbur, Wilbert.
Wow.
And his brother Sawyer's living in Beckley, where they're from, and D'Angelo lives down in Atlanta, because he's got to make the hits down there. Yeah, he's got that's where all the R&B is done, really. So,
when's the last time that motherfucker's been mentioned? He should be thrilled about this.
Yeah. Jermaine Dupri is down there to produce him. It's a very setup. Yeah, he should be thrilled. Hey, D'Angelo, we should sing a song of yours, but again.
Congratulations on still being alive, I hope.
I think.
Who the fuck knows?
I hope. Who knows? And God knows what he's been accused of or anything else. We don't know. If not,
been keeping up.
We apologize, D'Angelo, and we hope that you're doing well.
Especially if you're not Cosbying women out there.
Yeah, we apologize a lot for that. So 2012-ish, he gets a girlfriend, Stephen does. He hooks up with Stephanie Ann Wilburn. She's at this point Stephanie Ann Waters from an ex-marriage, but she's born Stephanie Ann Wilburn. So Stephanie Waters is what she goes by here.
Stephen is dating a woman.
Stephanie and Stephen. Luckily, he's a V, Stephen. She's a so that at least helps a little.
What I'm angry about is that her last name is Wilburn.
Wilburn, yeah.
That's fucked up.
Why is that fucked up?
Is she not the one that burned?
Oh, Wilburn. Yeah.
That is horrendous.
That is. I don't know why that did not click in my head at all.
That
Wilburn
is the worst.
Well, I think because this is like one of the first times I read it as Wilburn. I've been, in my mind, she's Stephanie Waters the whole time, but that is Absolutely, you're 100% right. Yeah, you're 1,000% right. Absolutely.
The Kennedys should change their last name to Will Crash.
Will die young. Crash. I mean, it's only one guy crashed. Really.
Will die tragically.
Yeah, will die tragically. November 23rd, 1985 is when she's born. Which, speaking of the Kennedys, wasn't it November 22nd when Kennedy got shot? So there you go.
I think that is true. Yeah.
Well, 20 years earlier, but 23 years earlier. So she's born in Charlotte. Her parents are Anna and Stephen, and she has a brother named Stephen. And now she's dating a Stephen. So her dad, brother, and boyfriend are all named Stephen. Which that's not confusing at all.
Name is Stephen.
And his dad's name is Stephen as well. Well, he's dead, so his dad's dead. So we've flushed out one Stephen anyway.
A lot of creativity around here.
Not a lot. Now, she has some tragedy in her life, Stephanie.
Oh, no.
And that might explain how she ends up in the holler doing some things that she's doing, because apparently she has, and she's not, 85, she's only 31 years old.
Young woman.
At some point, she has a young daughter that dies. I can't find out how or anything else, but she had a daughter, don't need to give her name, obviously, but she has a daughter who dies. So she has had, 30 years old, she's had a dead kid already, which,
that's horrible.
Outside of the 1800s, that doesn't happen very often. And she also has 2 sons who don't die. So that's good.
Okay.
Who didn't die. Now, doing some background on her, I found a LinkedIn that I don't know if this belonged to her, because LinkedIn will leave people up forever, no matter what, even if they've been dead for 10 years. I found a Stephanie Waters from a town she lived in West Virginia, and it says her company is Mrs. Septic. So she might be Mrs. Septic. I'm not sure.
Wow.
She could possibly be Mrs. Septic. If not, everybody should give Mrs. Septic a call and have him check out your tank.
It's a gal that owns a septic tank company.
Mrs. Septic. Yeah. Not Ms. Septic or Miss Septic. Mrs. Septic. I'm married to Mr. Septic. We have a very nice relationship. Now we know who burned. Back to the fire. Yeah. This is November 6, 2016. Again, the police arrive, and with the assistance of fire marshals and everything else, they're able to determine. Once they get it out at first, they find the bodies and they think this is tragedy. Then they investigate and realize that an accelerant was used. And this was
applied in this house.
An intentionally set fire in the bedroom where they were as well.
Okay.
So they wanted whoever did this wanted these bodies
gone
to not make it past this fire. So they said gasoline had been poured or placed in the bedroom area and the living area where the bodies were found.
Rarely in there. Yeah.
Weird. So they said that the other thing, though, here that they noticed, the medical examiner then takes a look and establishes that both people were already dead before any flame was lit.
Yeah. Otherwise, they're tied up, because if there's gasoline set on fire, you rarely stick around.
You usually go, we should get out of here. They don't just sit in their recliner and wait for it to take them usually.
Yeah, it's usually before the fire. If you smell gasoline, you get the fuck out of it.
Smell that? What is that, gas?
That's not good.
So they find out that both had been shot in the head with a shotgun.
Oh, boy.
So this is a very intentional thing here that somebody covered up. And according to the medical examiner, the murders happened at least 2 days prior to the fire.
What?
They were murdered, left in the house. No one fucking noticed for 2 days.
And they came back and torched it?
And then someone came back and went, we should probably torch this joint before these, to, I guess, rid evidence is the way to do it. So it's ruled an arson and intentional double murder.
Yeah.
So this is bad.
You assume that somebody that sets a fire in a house is trying to, dispose of body and evidence, but I've never heard of a fire in a house with dead people in it that they just wrote it off. You know what I mean? They find the bullet holes. They do that.
They do
every single time.
They end up finding it. Yeah, it's the problem is it does burn off a lot of evidence. Like if there was DNA evidence, fingerprints, hairs, anything like that.
Solving murder makes it tough. Yeah,
they can tell it's a murder, but solving it, homicide detectives hate to go to an arson fire because they go, fuck. Number one, figuring it all out is one thing, and then proving that someone intentionally set a fire when there's no way to forensically do that. You have to have like someone see them walk up to the house with a gas can or have somebody admit it, basically. Otherwise, it's really hard to
how'd they do
prosecute.
it, James?
Well, let's find out. Stephanie's mother here said, quote, "To get my daughter in ashes, I never believed this would happen. Besides, despite my name being Wilburn, I did not expect any of this."
Had no idea. Could not see the foreshadowing.
No. So they said a fire, obviously this is tragic. And Stephen's mother said, you live in a small community because you want to think it's safe and private. Right. But then there's these two assholes with a podcast who show us that it's not at all. It's very dangerous everywhere.
They remind us twice a week.
Twice a week to watch out for the people close to you, essentially. Like a lot of like news shows and stuff, they want to scare you with strangers. You don't go outside. This one, they're going to run.
Never that.
Ours is like, they'll get you while you're sleeping, motherfucker, and it'll be your own people.
94%.
Yeah. It'll be probably your children. They'll murder you. Either your children or whoever you love the most. That's probably who will murder you, is basically how we tell you. She said, because we think it's safe and private, but then you have something like this, and I think it's shaken the entire area. So they said the community's on edge. People are freaked out. They don't know if this is just some madman. They don't know if this is targeted. They don't know what the hell's going on. All they know is it's an arson. And, these two have been killed. This nice couple, it's been together for 5 years. So the two mothers got together to look for justice based on their shared experience of both loving people named Stephen.
Yeah.
That's it. So,
and the grief of everything.
Yeah. So Stephen's mom said someone with enough nerve to commit this type of crime needs to be punished because what's next? They're still out there. We don't know who they are and who else they're going to kill.
Exactly.
Which is a fair point. Yeah. So they said they're working with police to find out who's responsible. Stephanie's mom said we need answers to help the state police to find out who has done this terrible act. So they're begging the community for any kind of info. They said any little thing can help, and it could be something that someone doesn't think is significant, but it could be the missing puzzle piece that police are looking for.
Right.
So they said, how could anybody live with themselves? How could anyone sleep at night after doing this horrible act? So their families, again, this is Stephen's mom said, if you know something, please come forward. As a family, we need some kind of closure. And the West Virginia State Fire Marshal's Office offered a reward for information leading to the arrest in the kingly sum in 2016, not 1916, of $5,000.
Please help us solve a crime for 2 months mortgage.
Yeah, for very little money, essentially, in these days and times. How about a little more? Can we pony up for this? How often do you have an unsolved arson murder in this area?
Horrendous murder.
Yeah, probably not. So they investigate. They identify several persons of interest, and we'll find out why in a minute here, through numerous interviews, because they talked to everybody that they knew.
Yeah.
Up and down the holler, friends, family, acquaintances, whatever. This investigation is going to go kind of cold, though, because it's about a year, which is weird for an arson. But for about a year and a half, it's going to take for them to figure anything out. There's a Facebook post on August of 2017, so almost a year later.
Yeah.
This is from Crime Stoppers of West Virginia, posted.
Boy, oh boy.
Saying, who murdered Stephen Skaggs and Stephanie Waters in West Virginia? We want to know who murdered them, or who murdered Stephen Skaggs and Stephanie Waters, and then set their house on fire with their bodies inside. Right. Exclamation point. If you can identify the suspects or have any information related to this crime, contact us immediately. And they kind of go through a couple points of how they found them and that sort of thing. So a year later, they're still asking on Facebook for help. So that's not good.
That is where everything gets solved.
It's not. At least people think it's solved. By the end of a comment section, you can really go, yeah, I think we solved this thing when you've done nothing.
It is crazy what they're doing with social media these days.
Wow.
My God.
Speaking of social media.
Yeah.
So going through some of Stephanie's social media posts here, they find out that she has an ex-boyfriend.
Oh. That
lives very close by. You know how this is Willis Branch Road?
Yeah.
He is Brian Willis.
Oh, so, is he in the Willis tree?
And he is, yes, he lives on that road. So we would assume that, because that's how they would name roads after
probably
these
part of his
families.
family from Holler
Yeah.
years past.
All the holler back at your years there.
Holler generation.
Jesus Christ, the family holler tree. So the conflict and jealousy here that they find that apparently after this relationship had ended, Stephanie had been posting and there'd been some acrimony on social media about how Brian Willis was jealous and they were not a good breakup and he was jealous towards Steven Skaggs and all this type of shit. But this was like from a couple years back. But it was still there, and he still lives close by. So it's something they want to look into. So Brian Stephen Willis, again, Stephen, middle name, he's born July 1988. He lived in Victor, right on that road, same street, ex-boyfriend. He's kind of just a schmuck. He's not a logger. He's kind of a small-time scumbag. He sells weed. He sells coke. He sells meth.
Oh, boy.
Does whatever he can to make ends meet. You know what I mean?
Just bouncing through life in the hills of West Virginia.
That's it. Just making it worse up there for everyone. So, or
we told you to make
tolerable.
It work.
Yeah. Either worse or tolerable, depending on how you look at it, I suppose. So they start looking into him and people he knows, and a friend of Stephanie's told the police that, well, not only did they have some beef previously, but recently they've had that beef was all over with, the jealousy and all that. But Stephanie owed Brian Willis a bunch of money for drugs, is what they say. That's a friend of Stephanie's that says this. Like, I don't know. She doesn't have any enemies or anything, but she did owe her ex-boyfriend a bunch of money for drugs. That's the only person I could think of that could possibly have anything to beef with on her. Now, Brian also got married here about a month and a half after the murders. On December 21st, 2016, he married a woman named Delana. Okay? Yeah. She's important in this. Is the only reason why I'm telling you here. Then another person here, Ryan McCloskey, who's a friend of Brian Willis's, he comes forward and says that I know who killed these people.
Oh, well, we got $5,000 for you, McCloskey.
It wasn't Brian, though.
No?
It wasn't Brian. He said the Gills killed him.
The Gills.
Gills, the Gill family, which we'll get into in a second, over stolen drugs and tools that they stole from the Gills, and the fact that they think that Stephanie was a confidential informant for the police as well.
Oh.
So she owes money, she's an informant, and she stole drugs and tools from the Gills.
Right.
Okay. According to this guy, Brian Willis went to McCloskey and said, look, the Gills killed those two, and I, quote, helped give them advice as to how to clean up the evidence. So Brian is involved in this, but this guy's saying that the Gills did it, and then Brian advised them on how to try to get away with it. Okay.
You'll get 5 on pump 2 and solve your problems.
Solve it all. Yeah. So that's where we are at this point. Yeah. So right after that, Charles Gill is arrested. Now, Charles Gill is about 22 years old at this point, 21-ish. So he's very young. Yeah. And the other Gill that's involved is his dad, Everett Gill, who's 52. So we got a father and son team here. Boy. Okay. So they arrest Charles Gill. Charles Eli Gill is his name. And he's a friend of Brian Willis. And he says, well, yes, we did this. We did this. Yeah. Yes, we were all involved. He said it was the Clean Air Act. And they go, huh? Tell me more. Like the Environmental Protection Agency? And they go, no. We had this thing that we called the Clean Air Act because apparently Brian had told Charles and his father Everett that he was going to prison here, that Charles is going to be going to prison with Brian for a long, long time. Oh. Okay, so Brian told Charles that apparently the police, quote, had paperwork on the three of them, meaning Everett too, for Brian selling weed and for us, meaning Charles and his father, of making meth, because we're in the hollers here. So
okay, so what about the clean air now?
We'll get to that. Okay. He said the Clean Air Act. Okay.
Yeah.
And they said, what the fuck are you talking about? And he said, blah, 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 and we're going to get there. So
They're shutting down all the coal plants.
it's crazy out there. I got to make a tunnel through the silica. That'll do it. So he said that they had wired buys on him, meaning Charles, and that they got records of Charles signing for Sudafed boxes, which you have to do to get them. You have to sign for the pseudoephedrine at the pharmacy, quote unquote.
Because of the meth. Right.
So, yeah, they have him basically buying a bunch of Sudafed and then have wired buys of him selling meth that he made with the Sudafed. So it's a clear front to back of I make meth and sell it. Now, Charles admitted to the police that he shot Stephen and Stephanie. He said, but he said, my father and Brian were also involved in the whole plan. Okay. Now, Everett says, dad here is 52 at the time, he said that the victims here, Stephanie and Stephen, were, quote, getting on drugs pretty heavy and everything, and they got to stealing my tools, everything I owned, about $10,000 worth. So these two are owing money for drugs. They are confidential informants, according to them, and now they're stealing all the tools.
$10,000 worth of Craftsman, whatever the fuck that means. Yeah.
All of it. Yeah, everything I got. So
all my Ryobi's.
So then he brought up the Clean Air Act.
What?
And he said that Brian told him that the victims were informants working for the police, and he also heard Brian complain that Stephanie had ripped him off as well. Now, the Clean Air Act is what they discuss, quote, countless times, according to the Gills, which is to kill these two, to clean, because they're pollution. They're polluting the holler. That's what they call them, pollution. So we need to, it's the Clean Air Act to get rid of all the pollution.
They've got like gangster talk up there?
Yeah. This is, for some reason, a 30-year-old who hangs out with a 21-year-old, and they both hang out with a 52-year-old. And they're all making meth and shit. And this is, they're coming up with fucking euphemisms here.
And they go to the police and just spill everything?
Yeah, they brought Charles Gillen, and they're like, look, this person told us this, this, and that. Yeah. And Charles is like, yeah, we did it. Here's why.
Clean Air Act.
Clean Air Act, that's right. And then the dad came in, and he's like, see, we had the Clean Air Act. And they're like, we keep hearing about this. So Charles spills exactly what happened. I mean, exactly what happened here. He said, this is the night of the murders, not the night of the fire, because those are two different nights. Okay. Charles says that he and Brian were, quote, really drunk that night, having consumed, this is amazing, cocaine and liquor at Brian's house for at least 10 hours.
Oh, man.
That's a bet. See, to keep that going for 10 hours, you need coke and booze, because you got to, otherwise you get too drunk, get tired, so you got to have some coke and balance it out. And
they partied for 10 hours and then said, let's go do something.
You got a gun? Sure. You know who's been pissing me off lately?
Not let's go do something. Let's go do something.
Let's go do two people.
Life-changing activities right now.
Yeah. So this is his quote. Quote, we was just really drunk and just partying, but Brian kept pushing it on me. He brought it up again like he had thousands of times before that they had to go or we're going to go to prison. And he kept pushing it that night. Like he had been, and he said it in his mind that night we was going to go down there and kill him.
What the fuck?
They're just sitting there like, and I guess if you're Charles, you're like, because people coke talk is,
yeah.
People say all sorts of, I'm going to start a business. They don't go start the business. So you know what I mean? Like, you don't expect he's going to go kill these people maybe at the time he's talking. You just think he's running his mouth. So at Brian's direction, Charles said he and Brian put tape on the soles of their shoes so they, quote, would leave no traces, meaning no footprints, so you could identify their sole patterns. Right. And they left the house. Okay. Taped up shoes, left the house with a sawed-off 20-gauge shotgun, and he said Brian had a 9mm Ruger pistol.
Yeah.
So they leave the house, coked up, drunk, tape on their shoes, both armed now.
Wow.
This is a bad idea. They arrived at the residence, Stephanie and Stephen. Charles said he knocked on the door, but no one answered. So, quote, he just opened the door opened right up. I just turned the knob and it just opened right up.
That's how they operate.
I was going to say, it's really weird. A lot of times if you just push up, a window will just fly open. It's real weird. I just
operated a doorknob. It was real weird.
I just turned the key. The car just started right up. It was crazy. I'd never seen nothing like it before. Wow.
What I understand here is it was not locked.
Yeah. This is what we're dealing with, though. Someone who says, I just turned the knob, it opened right up. Okay. And I seen Stevie Skaggs laying there, and whenever he was just sitting in a chair about like a camping chair, and whenever I went in, I shot him right in the head, up through the nose into the head.
His furniture is camping equipment. That's horrible.
Yeah.
And then you just
let's start with the camping equipment furniture.
As this man is sitting in a folding chair, you shot him in the nose.
Up the nose.
Wow.
Up into his head. He just walked in. Steven was there, and he was just like sitting there, and he just walked in and shot him. I mean, like,
oh my God.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Charles fired the shot as Brian was, quote, coming in right behind me. Then Brian, quote, fired 2 shots with his Ruger towards Stevie, but Charles was unsure whether it hit him or not. They're in a fucking tiny living room of a holler house. How bad of a shot are you? And he's not moving.
Yeah.
It's not like he's a moving target here.
The cops have determined they were shot with shotguns, so that means you missed.
You missed, stupid. From right there, which is pathetic. Right. So next, Charles walked back into the back bedroom where he found Stephanie sleeping in bed. A shotgun blast did not wake her up.
And 2 9mm shots.
3 gunshots, including a kaboom fucking 20-gauge shotgun blast, which is loud. That's loud.
The dream of sleeping the way she sleeps.
I'm saying, we were jealous of a deaf woman a couple weeks ago, and I'm a little jealous of this too.
This lady's got all her senses as far as we know.
Well, yeah, I'm jealous of sleeping off a meth buzz or whatever the hell's going on
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is. He said that he, quote, shot Stephanie right in the head. Charles walked out of the bedroom, but Brian instructed him to, quote, make sure she's dead, even though he just shot her with a shotgun at point blank range in the head. He said, so he, quote, loaded the shotgun again.
Oh, boy.
And I went back in and I shot her again and I walked back out. Okay.
Cold.
The 2 then left the residence and hid their guns in ditches on the way back to the home.
Right.
Just on the side of the road there. At Brian's house, Brian threatened that if Charles, quote, mentioned anything about it, Brian was going to kill me or my family. Now, that's crazy because I'd be like, you're threatening me? I just blew 2 people away, shot him in the head. You missed a guy from 4 feet away. You should be afraid of me at this point. I'm the murderer. You're a pussy.
And I'm dumb as shit because I just threw away a shotgun that they can't trace.
I'm not very bright, and you're a pussy.
I'm dangerous. I'm dumb and dangerous.
Yeah. I bet there was definitely some blood on it, though.
That's probably true. Yeah.
Want to get rid of those. So then Dad, Everett, apparently within a few days, Brian told Everett that he and Charles went down there and they opened the door and went in there and they was high and passed out. Stephanie Waters in the bed, Stevie Skaggs on a chair, and they shot them both. And Brian said he shot Stevie in the head with a 9mm and recovered his casing, hit his cuff on his pants. So his cuff caught the casing. Yeah. So he ended up, hey, look at that. I saved the evidence. Good. Now, that's when they were like, what do we do with the evidence? We got all this evidence. We got clothes with blood on them. We got a whole bodies in a house nobody's found yet.
Fuck. Yeah.
So Charles then said that the day after the murders, he and Brian discussed the need to get rid of the evidence at the home. Okay, at the victim's home. So Brian provided Charles with gas and oil, and Charles said, quote, like 2 days after murdering them, he dumped gas, a mixture of gas and oil throughout the house, lit it on fire, and left the door open. Make sure that shit burns, which is
right. Get that.
Don't want it to go out. Don't want to suffocate that bad boy.
We need it vented. Yeah.
Wow, that's extra cold though. Let's make sure this is a good oxygenated burn here. Really give it something. Yeah. Wow. Everett testified later on that, quote, all he remembers is seeing a gas jug at Brian's house and that he ordered Charlie to go down and burn the evidence in the house. And Everett testified later that Brian, quote, threatened me, my family, and everything.
Everything.
Well, you're an adult. You're 52 years old.
Right.
You're going to let this guy threaten you? What are we talking about here? You're going to let me you're ordering my son to go burn the evidence, and then you're threatening my family? I think me and my son are going to murder you and kill you and put you up in the hills somewhere, right?
Yeah, there's two of us.
Yeah, we'll put you in the house and burn it up too. Fuck it. Why not? Like, there's two of us. Yeah, one's 52. That's not an old man. It's someone who could definitely handle his business, probably.
How do you get to this place?
That's the thing. Well,
this is fucking crazy.
Funny you should ask that, because I'll tell you exactly how. We just got to this part where Delana ends up explaining everything.
Okay.
A little bit better. Delana, Brian's new wife, who, by the way, they'll be divorced in the next 2 years.
I'll bet.
So, yeah. She said that in late October and early November of 2016, the Gills, Charles and Everett, frequented Brian's home while she was staying there, and she overheard them discussing problems that the Gills and Brian had with the victims. So she was there while this was all brewing. She said, quote, Everett got mad because Stephanie Waters, she was doing things, showing her body and stuff for pills and money, and she quit. And she quit.
She quit showing it?
She quit. Apparently, yeah. Apparently so. She quit showing her body and stuff for pill. What is and stuff? Wow, for pills and money, and she quit.
I got a feeling we don't want to know.
Oh, I don't think we want to know what and stuff is. Quote, so he got mad about it. Well, yeah. Okay, sure.
Right.
And Stevie Skaggs had stole some tools from Charlie and Everett. So, Brian's wife here heard them reference the Clean Air Act.
Right.
And she understood that to mean that the three men were going to kill Skaggs and Waters. And she also said that Brian had told her that he had loaned Stephanie $1,500 to purchase methamphetamine, which she had not repaid.
Okay.
So she hears all this, and the next month they get married. This is a month before they get married. Everybody out there who's married, you remember planning your wedding or doing all that? Imagine if...
Wasn't it lovely?
Oh, everything, okay, yeah, they're centerpieces, they're all set, everything's good. Right. And then your boyfriend's like, listen, well, you know.
I'm going to audition some bands today. And then...
well, after we burned down the house of my ex-girlfriend who I lent $1,500 for meth from, and my buddy's dad's kind of mad at her because she stopped showing her body and stuff for pills and money. What the fuck is happening in this fucking town?
Oh, boy.
Now, she has some more details. She recalled that on the night of the murders, Brian and Charles left Brian's house at about 9 p.m. and returned about 9:45. Very efficient. Although Brian and Charles told Delana that they were going to kill Mr. Skaggs and Ms. Waters, Delana, quote, didn't really believe it. But she did observe Charles with a 12-gauge sawed-off shotgun and with her boyfriend with a 9mm Ruger. They're leaving the house at 9 o'clock at night, walking toward the direction of the place where they said they're going to murder people with murder weapons, but I don't think they'll do it.
And they're back within 45 minutes. That's either they chose not to or, holy fuck, these are horrifying people.
They didn't even stop to, like, talk about it for a minute afterwards. They're just, well, that's that. The two returned home with those same guns, and when they returned home, Charles, quote, banged on the door and was like, we just went down there and blew their face off. Let us in. How about extra no now? I'm definitely not letting you. That's
He's
how you...
shouting.
shouting it. These idiots also. Who else are you going to tell? Okay.
I can't believe it took a year for this to happen.
That's what I mean. A year of this police force. No, whatever, but they can't be that great if this took a fucking year to figure all this dumb shit out. So they banged on the door. We just went down there, blew their faces off, let us in. Brian then told Delana that, quote, he shot Stevie Skaggs twice after Charlie did and showed her, quote, a slug that was mashed up. And he said that it went out of Stevie's head and hit him and hit his kneecap. How the fuck? What route did that bullet take?
I mean, he was sitting, so I guess just aim down at him. How big is this guy?
How would he go out of his head down his kneecap to his kneecap?
If you shot him from behind, I guess?
In the back of the head while his knee was there, but he said he shot him in the face from the front.
That was the shotgun. So this guy's saying that he didn't miss with the 9mm.
Well, he's telling people that, but I think he's just,
He hit the wall.
I'm important too. I think that's this guy. He wants people to think he's a badass.
It's because it hit the wall. Yeah. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Well, and also, too, if you're going to go to prison forever for murder, you might as well actually have everyone think you're tough, I guess. Because that's it's the only benefit you're getting out of this. Yeah. So anyway, hit his kneecap before he picked it up. Delana also said that Brian and Charles burned the clothes they were wearing at the time of the murders. The only smart thing they've done. She also heard Brian and Charles discuss burning the victim's residence. Quote, they said they was going to go down there and burn them in the house down so that would get rid of the evidence with an oil and gasoline mixture. Right. She said she observed the flames as the residence was burning. She said, quote, before we seen flames up in the sky... I don't know why, but that makes it sound like she thinks it's mystical or something. Yeah. And before we seen flames up in the sky, Charles had come right back to our house and said that's what he had done. Charles confirmed to Brian that he had, quote, set them on fire and got rid of it, everything. He set the bodies on fire. That's where the fire started. He poured the accelerant directly onto them.
And in the living room? Probably poured it on the evidence of the blood in the chair.
I'm sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. She also said, man, she's got a lot of information.
She knows everything.
She was there. They were telling her everything. They were yelling at her. I just blew people's face off. Let me in. Like, fuck, man.
Unbelievable.
She also said that she saw Brian, quote, rifle the barrel of his Ruger with a drill.
Oh,
different holes in it.
Change the scoring. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. She now the only thing with her is she won't be allowed to testify to anything that happened after they got married. She can only testify to shit previous to December 21st. That's why I made sure to make the date. So that's luckily including the murder and cover up and everything. But
luckily they did everything before he got married.
None of the other stuff.
Single man. Yeah.
He's like, damn it, I knew we should have had a Halloween wedding. Would have been so much fun. We could have worn costumes and she couldn't have testified against me. Would have been great.
What a bachelor party.
Wow. She said also limiting her testimony to conversations they had prior to marriage, she recounted that Brian, in discussing the murders, said that the victims, quote, got what they deserved. That's
gross.
Right. Yep. And she said that she married him despite knowing what he had done because, quote, she was afraid of him and knew that she was stuck there anyways. That's sad. Honestly, I feel bad. Imagine being so stuck in your life, feeling so stuck where you're like, well, I guess I'll just marry a double murderer who sells meth up in the holler here in West Virginia because I'm stuck here anyways.
30-year-old loser.
Yeah, fucking horrible. She explained that she was stuck because Brian was, quote, physically mean to me, and he told me that if I married him, then I can't testify against him.
He knew that.
He's seen TV shows from back in the day, but what he doesn't know is the nuance of that law, which is different in every state, number one. And West Virginia's actually is pretty blanket, but it only after you get married. That's the thing. He didn't realize that part. Doesn't mean I can never say anything about him ever because we're married. That's not how it works. So what has he been doing since the fire, Brian? Laying low?
A whole year.
Maybe canoodling with his new wife in their... No. Okay. June 25th, 2017, while he knows all this was going on, he, I don't know if this is, I believe this is him based on the town and everything. Apparently, he had a baby with another woman at this point. I mean, the baby would have been conceived 3 months before he got married, 2 months before he got married. So, I mean, it's all pretty nebulous at this point. But it was
he was a bachelor, James. He was murdering and fucking.
4 pounds, 14 ounces. I don't know. So, small kid.
What?
Anyway, small kid, 4 pounds, 14 ounces.
That's small. That's half the size of a normal kid.
You got to put that fucker in an incubator for a while and let him cook a little more. That didn't come out the
hospital for a few months.
Yeah. October 23rd, 2017, Brian's doing some wild shit. Okay. Yeah. He tried to rob a man at gunpoint on Hopewell Road in Victor. Yeah. He's arrested for holding a man at gunpoint and attempting to rob him, the sheriff said. Apparently, officers arrived around 6 p.m. Sunday at a residence on Hopewell Road in Victor, where deputies found a 45-year-old victim who said he'd been held at gunpoint by an individual demanding drugs.
Oh, he wants drugs.
He's trying to rob drugs. He's trying to Omar the situation here. Meanwhile, I don't think this guy had it. Apparently, a man who was accompanying the subject, Brian, searched the guy for drugs or a weapon. But after failing to find anything, Brian and his whatever compatriot here, I'm assuming possibly Charles Gill, fled the scene. Wow. But this guy knows Brian. So the deputies identified him as Brian Stephen Willis. We go, we know that moron. Yeah. He's an idiot.
This is like 1954 crimes, and they're doing this in 2017.
Well, to be fair, it does feel like it's about 50 years behind up in the hills here, but still, this is like
unbelievable.
He's trying to pull off like some black and white crimes, like some shit from the 20s or something. Right. Yeah, like some Depression era shit
some
here.
Wild shit in Oklahoma or something.
Yeah. He was arrested without incident, charged with 1 felony count of attempted robbery and 1 count of brandishing a deadly weapon, and he's being held on $50,000 bond. Okay. So he needs $5,000. He apparently got the $5,000. Somehow somebody bailed him out because we know that because he's definitely out on November 19th, 2017 when he does some more insane shit, okay? By the way, charged with first-degree robbery and attempted first-degree robbery on that one. Okay. This day, November 19th, 2017, Rodney Ray Rose, who's 36 years old. Yeah. This is in Anstead on River Road under the overpass of the U.S. Route 60. Jesus, under the overpass.
Nice location.
Like trolls and crackheads. Okay.
Yeah, and
fucking
freeway blowjob giver.
Yeah, yes. An Anstead man was in critical condition Monday morning after being shot in the face and torso Sunday night. That's Rodney Ray Rose.
Surviving it.
He did. Being shot multiple times in the upper torso and facial area while under the US 60 overpass. Okay. The shooting left him hospitalized, obviously. You don't go home from that. Yeah. And he recovered, apparently, from his wounds.
Fascinating.
Which is amazing. According to the sheriff, Rose left River Road and was able to drive himself to a nearby Shell station to seek help, even covered in bullet wounds. Rose told the deputies, they go, "Who shot you?" I mean, like Biggie said, "Who shot you?" And he said, "Brian Stephen Willis from Victor, lives up on Willis Branch Road." Stop shooting people you know, you fucking idiot. Stop it.
Shooting people who know where you live. They know you so well.
God damn it. This guy was left with permanent injuries to his face and body, unsurprisingly. But yeah, he identified Brian as the shooter. And so now he's arrested and held without bond. He's arrested at his home at 2195 Willis Branch Road. So you can do the math. The other one's not very far from it.
No.
We gave you the other address before. It was a 2,000 block thing too. So this is a felony, malicious wounding, attempted murder.
Yeah.
You name it.
All the biggies.
All the good ones there.
Yeah.
So I guess the deputies also arrested Delana after discovering her connection with the shooting. which is what made her spill her guts about everything else because they got her in there.
Yeah.
She was arrested on a felony count of malicious wounding and was remanded for $50,000 as well. Brian attempted murder, attempted robbery in the first degree, malicious assault, assault during the commission of a felony.
And he brought his wife to do it.
Brought his wife. Come on, baby, we're going out robbing. Wanton endangerment involving a firearm, conspiracy to commit a felony, and Delana got attempted murder, attempted robbery in the first degree, conspiracy to commit a felony. And there's also a Carrie L. Willis. I assume a relative?
Probably.
Also, conspiracy to commit a felony, grand larceny, 2 counts, arrested at the same time.
Damn, Carrie.
So, yeah, he's got a lot going on. Now, by the way, the ballistics, a firearm and tool mark examiner with the State Police Forensic Laboratory confirmed that tool marks had been placed inside the barrel of a 9mm Ruger owned by him and recovered from him, but they found the gun, by the way, in an effort to obliterate the rifling. So he tried to fuck with the barrel so it doesn't come back a Ruger, basically. Okay, now Willis, what does Brian have to say? Well, he gives a couple of statements. Oddly, none of them incriminate him. Real weird. His first statement, he said, I don't know, I wasn't there. Charles killed everybody and did everything. I don't know nothing about nothing.
Oh.
So they go, come on, Brian, we don't buy that.
We think you're there.
So then he said, all right, I was there.
Yeah.
All right, now I was there, but Charles was responsible for the murders.
Yeah.
And he said that apart from the Gills, quote, posturing, he had no knowledge of Charles' specific intention when they got to the home that evening. He goes, I didn't know what we were going to do. We just walk around with shotguns.
Yeah.
Charles
said something about killing people, but
I mean, most of the time, no. Most of the time you come to my door, you're carrying a shotgun, right? I come to your house, shotgun over the shoulder like Elmer Fudd. That's how I do it.
Such a strange thing to just carry.
It really is. It's really aggressive. So September 2018, okay, the Gills here, or I'm sorry, this is Brian is going to plead guilty to the robbery and attempted murder of Rodney Rose there. Yeah. Okay. He gets, you, sir, may fuck off 30 years for the robbery and 3 to 15 for attempted murder, which seems backwards.
But it's a good regard. Yeah.
You tried to kill a person, 3 to 15. You robbed them, 30. Huh?
Yeah.
You can replace shit. What are we talking about?
But that's a good sentence to hang on to him and make him sweat out the other one. Because the next one, you're in forever unless you make a deal.
They're going to hang on tight here. So he's sentenced. He is pretty fucked here. Now, May 9th, 2019, there's a grand jury. They return indictments against Brian and Charles for the murders and also a conspiracy charge against Everett. October 2019, Charles is admitting to everything and ready to plead guilty. Yeah. Now, they plead... Everett pleads guilty to conspiracy, and Charles pleads guilty to 2 counts of voluntary manslaughter and 1 count of second-degree arson if they testify against Brian.
Oh.
Even though he's the trigger man, which makes no sense whatsoever. Yeah. So part of the plea agreement is the testimony as well. March 2021 is the Willis murder trial. They have all the evidence. They have his wife testifying about everything. They have Charles and Everett testifying about everything. Other people testifying about everything, prior acts. It's all.
They've chosen that this is the dangerous one of the group.
Yeah, they have. They said he's the trouble starter here.
He continues to make trouble around here. Yeah, is the thing. Yeah.
Yep. He's the straw that stirs the drink here, and we take him out of this, it might be better. So Everett and other witnesses all testify that Brian helped Charles commit the murders, that he bragged about shooting them, and that Willis had the personal motives the most against these guys, even though these guys said they stole my tools and all that. Seems like everyone's in this pretty evenly, and I think everyone should get this.
Everybody did something, so you're all a part of this.
That's what it seems like. Well, the jury deliberates for about 3 hours. Here they come back with guilty, 2 counts of first-degree murder and arson and weapons charges. Not good. Sentencing is 2021. The jury deliberates for a while. Then they return. Now there is a verdict. You can either have mercy or no mercy, which is death penalty or not. They give you, sir, may fuck off. I'm sorry. There is no death penalty. It is either life with parole or life without parole.
Okay.
They give a recommendation of no mercy. Put him down.
Shoot the leg, Johnny.
That's right. You, sir, may fuck off 2 life sentences without parole, consecutive to each other, and consecutive to his other charges. So when he's done with 30 and 3 to 15, then he gets 2 consecutive life. Oh, and on top of that, another 20 consecutive for arson as well.
He just got 100 years.
He's got, well, wait till I tell you his end date.
Number?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I've never seen this number before on a state. He even put it in there as the dumbest thing I've ever seen. So the reaction, Stephen's cousin here said, very, very, very happy. I think justice has finally been served after having to wait about 4.5 years for it. They said that family members said that, but Stephanie had 2 little sons. They said 2 little boys were left without a mother, and they said the family has struggled, but now they're doing better. They said it's really affected our family in a negative way, but it's also brought us closer together. The Gills, who pled guilty, they're also sentenced. Charles is sentenced. He's 24 at this point. You, sir, may fuck off 40 years in prison. So even voluntary manslaughter, they didn't let him off easy. 40 years in prison for that and second degree
arson. But he can get out.
He's only 24. Even if he does the whole 40, he can get out. Now, Everett, his dad, who's 57 at this point, a little more, he is sentenced. This is just conspiracy to commit murder or arson. And you, sir, may fuck off up to 5 years in prison.
Oh, wow.
That's it. Up to 5 years. That's making a deal right there.
That's incredibly lenient.
Then again, they needed their testimony to put Brian away. Right. Otherwise, Charles did everything, and that's that. Right. Now, they're under the post of them getting sentenced. I found a Facebook post under that, a comment that made me laugh.
This is going to be very bad for us on Facebook. I got a feeling.
Oh, I'm sure. This is from someone else named Stevie, by the way, which is crazy. Everyone in this fucking story is named some Steven at some point. Okay, good. Rot in there, Stevie, or rot in there. There is Their, by the way. Rot in there.
I'm surprised they can spell that. There.
They just put TH and let it fill.
Populate.
Now, this is, by the way, no punctuation whatsoever. So, good, rot in there. Stevie or Steph did not deserve that at all. I hope they get what's coming to them. I hope the drugs was worth it, you bunch of trash. All 3 of them was sick in the head, and them 2 Gills should have gotten way bigger time than what they got. Trash, trash, trash. That's amazing. Trash, trash, trash. I love it. All right. May 2022.
That's what they're going to call me and you.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Trash, trash, trash. Well,
because we
shit.
talked about this trash.
Yes, they are trash. And by the way, the other people, I don't care if you can fucking show your body for pills. You can do fucking meth in the hills. You can do whatever you want. You still can't get murdered. So we feel bad for these people. Yeah, they weren't possibly the greatest citizens in the world, but who gives a shit? They weren't bothering anybody.
CEOs, but they don't deserve to be fucking shot up the nose. That's crazy.
They weren't bothering me any. Do your thing. Maybe they would have figured it out eventually. So anyway, he appeals, saying the court, basically the court failed to disclose a connection between his lawyer and a witness that never even testified. Okay. So it's like, well, that doesn't fucking matter at all. And then he also claims that his wife's testimony was in violation of the marital confidence privilege, which says that neither husband nor wife shall, without the consent of the other, be examined in any case as to any confidential communication made by one to the other while married, nor shall either be permitted without such consent to reveal in testimony after the marriage relation ceases and any such communication made while the marriage existed. So it's while you're married, and once there's a third person there, by the way, it's like with your lawyer. There's no confidentiality once there's someone else in the room anyway. So if he came in with Charles and said, we just did that, that's not marriage confidentiality anyway. So there you go. Stephen is buried at the Rest Lawn, which is a great name for a cemetery.
Yeah.
Rest Lawn Memory Gardens in Victor. Brian and Charles are still in prison. Brian is, I'll save Brian actually. Charles here has a parole date on July 9th, 2028.
Okay.
Charles is actually up for parole at that point. So that's that. Now, Brian, offender number 3622158, located at NCC, his projected release date, January 1st, the year 5000. Why put that? Why not put 50,000? What's the difference? The year 5000.
That is funny.
It's pretty funny. It's got to be discouraging for him to check on it and be like, Jesus, 5,000? Shit, that's a long time.
He keeps looking. That is a daunting ass date to look at.
No shit. And
He's
I think
been buried in sleep forever long.
And I think I figured out by these why he had Charles with him. Brian, 5'8", 150.
He's a little guy.
Charles, 6'2", 300 pounds.
Holy shit.
That's why he had him with him. That's absolutely right. So there you go. There's West Virginia. Did I tell you West Virginia never lets us down with crazy shit? That's a crazy ass story. Hope you enjoyed it. And we want to reiterate too. Not trashing Stephen and Stephanie here. They were minding their business in their own homes. But
look, everybody's got a vice and sometimes addiction leads you down shitty paths where you steal. But you don't fucking kill somebody over thievery.
Fuck no. So if you like this story, if you like anything about the story, get on whatever app you're on. Give us 5 stars. It helps a ton. If you're on Netflix, thumbs up. Thumbs up. Put your thumbs up us, please.
2 of them.
two. Jam 2 in there. You don't even know.
You can do that on Netflix.
Stack them. We're good.
Tell them that was great.
Do that. Definitely head over to shutupandgivememurder.com. Tickets for live shows. Milwaukee, September 18th at the Pabst. Just released 50 tickets. Those are all our holds. So now that's it. That's what there is out there. Then the next night, Minneapolis on September 19th at the State Theater. Still tickets available for that. Right. Dallas, October 3rd, October 16th. San Jose, October 17th. Sacramento. Terrytown, New York, November 13th. Almost sold out too. And Boston on November 14th. Shutupandgivememurder.com. Patreon.com/CrimeInSports is where you find all of the bonus material. $5 a month or above is all you have to be. You get everything we put out. And I'm talking as soon as you subscribe. About 400 bonus episodes you've never heard. Binge on those immediately. New ones every other week on top of that. Can't beat that shit. This week, what you're going to get for Crime and Sports, which you get access to, of course, worst stadiums of all time. We've all been in bad stadiums. Then for Small Town Murder, Donner Party, everybody. Sharpen your knives and your forks. We're gonna pull up some snacks and some jerky and eat that and
how long is it gonna take you?
And digest the story. So there we go, everybody. Patreon.com/CrimeInSports is where you get all of that. And on top of that, you get everything we put out, all our shows, all ad-free. And you get a shout-out at the end of the regular show as well. You want to follow us on social media, very easy to do that, at Small Town Murder on Instagram. At Small Town Pod on Facebook. You want to find us on there or any information, shutupandgivememurder.com is the place to do that. Keep coming back and seeing us week after week. And until next week, everybody, it's been our pleasure.
Bye.